Hello, I'm Shane Manfleet, Loveland Sales Manager for Central Illinois. Been getting some calls here recently about some yellowing spots in corn and bean fields, right? We've had an excess amount of moisture the month of June, upwards of 6 to 8 inches in a lot of areas. What we're seeing is a lot of yellowing spots out here. What can we do to kickstart them plants, get them things green back up and get to growing again and collecting sunlight energy for us? So we got a photosynthetic problem out here. We're not creating enough photosynthesis in a plant. We're not greening up. Now, some of that's due to lack of oxygen in the soil. We do need it to stop raining. We got to get some oxygen back in that soil. Hopefully here it sounds like this weekend we're going to start drying out a little bit. You can get out in that field right now until it's very saturated, but hopefully things will change. But what can we do? So we got to kickstart that. So there's 6 essential micronutrients that are essential for photosynthetic energy in a plant: boron, copper, iron, manganese, moly, and zinc. Those 6 micronutrients are very essential for photosynthetic energy in a plant, basically getting chlorophyll back into that plant and getting it growing again. We hear a lot about manganese. Manganese is very, very essential for this process. Manganese splits the water molecule in a plant that helps start photosynthetic energy in a plant. So obviously manganese is a big one, but we need all 6 of those balanced in that plant for this process to happen. We've got 2 phenomenal products that we offer at Nutrien from our Loveland lineup that can aid in that. We have React Select Plus, which has all of those in it, plus a 2% sulfur product, plus a humic carbon component that really helps deliver that, drive that into the plant with that fulvic molecule within that. The other product we have is NutriSync Complete. NutriSync Complete's been out for a long time, does a phenomenal job of getting into the plant, helping take those mobile nutrients and mobilize them and move them within that plant. So those 2 options, either one, are a great option to kickstart this photosynthetic process in a plant and green them up. There's a reason they're all in there. They are part of that process. We know we need them. We need to balance nutrients in this. Listen to our soil test and tissue test and tell us what they're telling. If we need added nutrients, you know, some more potassium obviously would be good as we go into pod fill in these beans. 2 other products I want to talk about today that need to be in that tank: Radiate Next and Terramar. Radiate Next has been around for a few years now. Flagship Radiate has been phenomenal. The new Radiate Next is even better. We have IBA, kynoton, GABA, and choline chloride. So the IBA is going to stimulate more roots and hair roots on that plant so we can scavenge nutrients. The kynoton is cell elongation. We get more foliage, more solar panels out here collecting sunlight. GABA and choline chloride is all about stress mitigation, enlarging the cells in that plant, taking in more water, lowering the ambient temperature of these plants at night. The other product that we run alongside Radiate Next is Terramar. Terramar's been out a few years and we're learning more about it every year. Terramar does a phenomenal job also of mitigating abiotic stresses in that plant, but it does a couple other things too that we've recently learned that we're very excited about. Terramar is going to elevate sucrose levels in our corn and soybeans and wheat crops. And if we can elevate sucrose, we'll raise the Brix in that plant. Why is it important to raise Brix in a plant? If you raise Brix in a plant, you will help that plant defend diseases longer and recover faster from fungal pathogens that are going to set in here later in the year in these corn and soybean crops. So knowing that that product does a phenomenal job of raising sucrose, and if you measure Brix levels, it's a high amount of sucrose sugar in that plant. So it's going to help do that. So we're building our defense system in that plant to fend it off longer, recover faster. The other thing we know Terramar does a phenomenal job of is sequestering potassium. I just said we're going to need more potassium in these plants, right, as we go into pod fill. So it's going to signal out through those roots to our microbes, bring me potassium, I need it. I promise you a high level of your tissue tests are going to say you need more potassium to finish off this crop. So if we want to address some of the yellowing, if we want to help balance nutrients in that plant, get photosynthetic energy growing again, we're going to run a React Select Plus or a NutriSync Complete, both great options. And then we're going to pair that right with Terramar and Radiate Next as that delivery system. Really help with that plant for our abiotic stresses, which is too wet right now, soon to be too hot, it looks like, from the extended forecast. So if you want a great product combination, do one of them two NutriSync Complete, React Select Plus with our Radiate and Terramar. It's going to be a phenomenal punch. We've got tons of yield data. Reach out to your Loveland or Nutrien representative if you want more information. Let's get this crop growing. We got a lot of potential out here. Let's finish this off. So with that, thanks everybody. Stay safe.